He had to be the one to come out to break them up. You're not an on-screen character. We care about the fans. No, it's F you, give me money.
Yeah.
That's what it is. What do? John Cena's hosting WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen. Just, I've had enough. It was Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee! I know I hate to use the word fake with wrestling.
I know, but
it's just, it makes it look so fake. Can't take it. I complain about this every week. Why are they coming in with their luggage and coffee like they're showing up to their day job? I mean, it is their day job, but you know what I mean? It's a wrestling show.
Exactly.
They're not going to the office to type up a TPS report.
You know, it's funny, the whole thing started of me walking onto camera after our cold open because our first episode, I had to go get a water after we started. Today, I have no motivation to do that. I watched Smackdown and Raw the last 2 episodes, and I'm speechless. As someone who grew up watching this product and loving it, my grandpa loved it, biggest Bruno Sammartino fan ever. My dad loved it. My cousins loved it. Got me into it. As everyone does, we grow out of it. But I like to keep tabs. I like to tune in during WrestleMania season and SummerSlam season. And as the years go on, I'm just tired of it. And people say, oh, George, you've outgrown it, this and that. No, because a lot of adults still watch it. My biggest gripe is that to be such a slimy and money-hungry, disgusting company taking advantage of people who would pay anything to still be there. And the biggest people that are suffering are the fans that actually care. Because it's clear this product doesn't care. Triple H is just treating all of his wrestlers like they're toys and doing whatever he wants with them. Now, we all know throughout the years WWE has used celebrities and everything. But the problem is, never to this extent, and never to like to point of making your wrestlers all look like idiots. You got I Show Speed in a Mania match with Logan Paul and LA Knight, and then we got Jelly Roll in the main event feud along with Pat McAfee. I'm still just over it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're less than 10 days away from Mania, and it doesn't feel like Mania season again for the second year in a row. You would think last year we turned John Cena heel. It's going to be amazing. Finally, we got what we wanted. But we left a lot to be desired because it seemed like, and spoiler alert, people, it came out to be true. They used it for a viral moment. And that's what it seems like it is nowadays. WWE is just viral moments. As we're here for Valley Sports Pod, episode 35, I'm your host, George, but Nick isn't here today. It's just me and Tim, 2 angry fans who grew up watching. Now, Timmy, you finally, all you guys have been hearing is the horror stories, but you finally tuned in and watched an episode.
It was brutal. I didn't watch the Smackdown, which I heard was even more brutal. So I watched this past Monday night's Raw. The one thing I will say is that I don't know why every single promo I see now posted on YouTube has to have the word pipe bomb in it.
I'm sick of it.
It was such an iconic thing that Punk did that it now is just like any promo that slightly steps on the toes of the upper management or blurs the line a little bit is now a pipe bomb. And it's just stupid to me because I'm like, that completely takes away from what the great moment it was and the few other moments where it was like, you know, within a few years of each other, it was, oh, Punk dropped another pipe bomb, or when he did it in AEW and stuff, that's different. But now I'm just, then you have this, they did the Cena pipe bomb that one time and stuff, and I was just, it was a better term when it was specifically for Punk.
It's insulting our intelligence, and that's the worst part about it, ladies and gentlemen. I care because I've seen how great this product can be. And it's so obvious how much they don't care and just want to milk and milk and milk every last dollar from all the fans. And they're going to do it because there's too many stupid fans out there. Look at what happened last Monday. Now, for those of you who didn't watch on Monday, CM Punk came out all angry and ranting and raving.
Had a cool jacket, though, I will say.
CM Punk looks great for his age. That's the one positive I'll give him. But the problem is, he's out there saying, oh, Pat McAfee, Pat this and that, shitting on TKO, the boss. And for those of you who don't know, that's the most damage control thing in history because they didn't want the crowd to hijack the show. Once they talk about TKO and ticket sales, it's in the storyline. So once again, CM Punk, Mr. Company Man, Mr. Just shut up and watch and shut up and listen, all of a sudden is now in storyline, cares about ticket sales. And the funniest part about it is he's like, why don't you lower your ticket prices? And the crowd cheers as they paid for overpriced tickets.
Yeah.
It's like watching clapping seals. I can't take it anymore. It's a joke. It really is a joke.
It's more than a joke at this point because it's not even, I don't see an ounce of humor in it, even for the people who are making all the money.
They think he went out there and was shooting. And for those of you who don't know, who are here just for sports, shooting means that they went off the script.
It wasn't off the script.
It was not off the script.
100% like you're saying, them being, oh crap, we're really charging the hell out of fans. And
why don't we turn it into a story, make us look like the bad guy, and the character and the baby faces look good. How about you write a good story?
I know. You are not the on-screen, you're not Jack Tunney or Vince McMahon. It's all knowledge if you know Jack Tunney.
They're trying to make Ari Emanuel Vince McMahon without him being there.
That's the thing I was going to say. I was like, there's no on-screen persona. If you had an on-screen persona, you could at least probably, I mean, not really, but work to an extent, make a little more sense. Now it's just, what was the storyline in the 90s with the Ministry of Darkness, the higher power?
Oh, and Vince was the higher power?
Vince was, it's me, Austin. Like, that was stupid, but at least you still had the Vince McMahon character, evil heel, on screen.
And can I also talk about, I know I hate on this guy a lot, and stay tuned for next week because I got a nice top 5 video involving triple idiot, triple fraud, triple doofus son-in-law. Does he have to put his nose into everything?
Yes.
Hot? Why did he have to be the one to cut? Dude, the only, I'm going to be honest, there's probably 3 things that I'm interested in Mania, and one of them is Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, but Triple H has to put his nose into it. He had to come out, his music plays, he has to give his whole entire entrance just for their contract signing. He had to be the one to come out to break them up. You're not an on-screen character.
No, but he wants to be.
He's the writer.
That's the thing.
What is he, Vince Russo in 2000?
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I mean, you know, it's funny you say that because it's really like, we can't even have car crash style TV Vince Russo liked because it's still sort of the same thing week to week. Whereas when it was Russo, it was too different week to week. This is too similar week to week.
It's the same show. You can miss a month and nothing happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the same thing. Oh, the only interesting feud is Obafemi and Brock, and they're killing it by doing brawls every single week.
Yeah.
Last week, and you
know they're chipping each other in there. They're
well,
throwing...
it's not even.
But Lesnar always does that. So you know
what the problem is? That John Cena Lesnar feud from 14 years ago ruined it because they had the best brawl ever because of how realistic it was. Yeah. And now all Triple H knows how to do is brawls and masked men and bloodline. It's bullshit, and I'm tired of it.
Repeat.
Brawls, masked men, bloodline, and repeat. But every single story is progressed with a brawl. Seth Rollins comes out, and guess what happens? Gunther comes out, and they brawled.
Oh,
it's the same thing every single week, every single feud. They don't know how to progress stories. It's boring TV. Now, I get it if you're in attendance and you're freaking yeeting and you're freaking throwing your popcorn, you're buying your $15 hot dogs and you're with your kids. Okay, it's fun. But for someone who's tuning in on the outside looking in, it's terrible television.
Yeah, it's not only, like you're saying, bad television, circling back to, it's just expensive bad television. Like, especially now, because if you want to watch, you have to have a streaming service, where a lot of people would say that when all the sports were moving to streaming services at certain times and stuff like that, a lot of people would be like, hey, at least we could still watch wrestling on cable. And now you can't even do that. And that's a bigger issue than just TKO itself. But it keeps on tumbling week after week, year after year of how bad and poor it's getting and how obvious it is that they don't care about the fans at all and just the money, which has always been a thing, but it's especially bad now.
I don't understand how they have the audacity. They see online that all the fans are bitching about the stories being garbage, the ticket prices being too high, and to be this arrogant, instead of being like, okay, we effed up, they're like, here's a Friday sale.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're the greatest
Fire
company ever.
sale.
Fire sale. Let's have a sale. Instead of being like, oh, we effed up. The tickets are too high. We're sorry, guys. We care about the fans. No, it's F you, give me money.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But we're asking for a little bit less now, so really give it to us.
When have you ever seen WrestleMania be on sale?
No, it's never been on sale. It's because it's like you're saying that it's the damage control factor where they're like, oh my God, we outpriced everybody and now we want to sell out the show. So
And it's not like if the product was good. If it was 1999 type stories in 2000,
you'd sell out in a heartbeat.
Exactly, but they've already lost so many fans over the years that people are like, I'm not watching this garbage. It's the same thing every week.
You have so many people who also just like don't watch pay-per-views at this point either. Like we always watch Royal Rumble and WrestleMania and SummerSlam for the most part.
And my biggest thing is the main event is not changing.
Yeah,
I could have stopped watching in 2010 and come back, and it's still the same people.
Cody Rhodes and
Randy Orton and John Cena last year.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the Cena last year was a little bit different because it was the farewell tour.
They effed it up
but,
so
yes,
bad.
They did.
And
I
still believe, I don't care what anyone says, I think Triple H sabotaged it on purpose, but that's another story for another day because he's just this jealous person, and he just wants to be in the spotlight. He's the... Anyways, my biggest problem now, I got two more things that really are pissing me off about this Mania build. Number one, you had this whole big thing. Oh my God, it's Cena's last year. He'll never be back. He'll never be back. He won't be back wrestling. He won't be back wrestling. And now you see your tickets are in the toilet. Your storylines are in the toilet. Your fans are leaving in droves. Your ratings suck. And what do? John Cena's hosting WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Just... I've had enough.
Now, to be fair, I do think that was a plan before the ticket sales. You don't think so?
I don't believe it at all.
I mean, he would have had to at least do something.
Yeah, but no, John Cena's the type where shit happens, it's happening. They called him begging, like, we'll give you this much money
we'll
to
pay
show
you
your face.
X amount of dollars.
Because we need you to get another 5,000 tickets because we're a clown show.
And I mean, I feel like he isn't even at the level of where, like, if you say that The Rock, like, was going to be there and, like, unexpectedly type thing, then it would be like, oh, damn, like, we all have to see The Rock and everything. But Cena, it's like, I mean, yeah, we all love Cena, of course, but it's not the standout host of, oh, yeah, I am going to buy tickets now.
And I want to just say that both title matches for the men had potential to be great feuds, and of course were ruined by what they're doing. Roman versus Punk is just, you're old, you're a part-timer. You're old, you're a part-timer. You're old, Roman's not here, he's a part-timer. You're also old, you're a part-timer. Your dad is not here, you're a part-timer. No one wants to watch that. I don't want to watch a feud where...
It's just in so many different words, the way to say it, like you're saying, oh yeah, Punk, you're old, and him being, well, you're not here. It's just, I know you are, but what am I?
The worst part is that the week before, he's like, I'm gonna bury you next to your father, and Roman takes the week off. So that in the eyes of the casual fan, it's like, this guy's a geek. He's not gonna come out and attack the guy who just shit talked his dead dad.
Nope.
That's effed up. But it just makes it look so dumb. Why couldn't they just be like, Roman's not here, but then Roman shows up?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
it would have been cool.
They don't do stuff like that anymore.
Nope.
If someone's not there, they're not there.
Because that's the thing, and I think social media is a big aspect of that. But it, like you're saying, they'll never do the JR being like, John Cena taking care of his dad tonight after Edge slapped him in the face, and then Cena comes out and throws Edge in the Long Island Sound.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
that polluted cesspool known as the Long Island Sound.
I think we got to show Nick that.
Yeah, we have to. He'll crack up.
And then the Cody and Randy feud had so much potential.
So much.
There's
because
so
people
much
have been
history.
asking for it for years. Legacy and
Ted DiBiase just got acquitted. No, it's true.
I know.
That's why people...
it's
So, people, if you haven't been watching, okay, I gotta go crazy about this. For weeks, Randy's been on the phone talking to someone that this is the reason why he turned bad and turned crazy. This is the reason why he's on the phone. Last week, they revealed who was on the phone. It was Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee! A guy who debuted in 2002 has to call a punter to get his 15th title.
Yep. That makes so much sense.
And then Pat McAfee shit comes on and starts shitting on the crowd and saying, oh, you guys care about the 5'5" guy who wants to wrestle 60 minutes. Dude, this is literally like Vince Russo coming out saying Hulk Hogan left the building.
Yeah.
And that he's the reason why Jeff Jarrett and Booker T doesn't want to win the title. Like, it's so bad.
He's going to come back for the Jeff Jarretts.
This is why I stayed in WCW for the Jeff Jarretts.
Came back for the Booker T's. Loki, actually, would Vince Russo be able to do a better job right now?
No.
I don't think so either.
If you watch anything post-2006 TNA...
Yeah. Oh, my God, it's so bad.
I still think the craziest thing, sidebar here, is that they had to secretly hire him because the network did not want him writing wrestling shows, and he was secretly writing wrestling shows for 2 years of TNA.
Him and Ed Ferrara.
That's the craziest shit.
Which, I mean, those two were a package deal anywhere they went.
I don't know. I look back at the WCW 2000 stuff and just laugh my ass off because of how terrible it was, but it's still entertaining.
Well, yeah, of course. And it's like how a lot of people look back and are like, the reverse battle royal is the most ridiculous thing to ever be made, which it is, but it was also fun because it was silly. Like, it was fun to watch.
I think
watch Rikishi or Junior Fatu, whatever he went by there, just like go straight into the ring while all the guys were fighting to get into the ring.
The best part about that, if none of you have seen this, just go look up TNA Reverse Battle Royal.
Oh, God,
and I'm telling you right now, honestly, we might have to show them that.
We really might.
But the problem is,
funny.
Since they don't, Olivia will think it's stupid and not find why it's so funny, because they're standing around the ring, and the objective is to get into the ring for the battle royal to start. But instead of like the 16 guys trying to get in
to get there,
they're fighting on the outside when you could literally just get in the ring. It's not like there was a cage to climb over.
No sense whatsoever.
It was so dumb. And the people that knew they couldn't get in the ring because in the script says they're getting eliminated were so close to the ring they had to pretend they can't get in.
I forget who it was, but had to.
I think it was a Storm. What was that guy's name?
Lance Storm?
No, the one that was with Bobby Roode. The cowboy.
James Storm.
James Storm, yeah. He wasn't supposed to get in the ring.
He had onto the rope and he was looking around because nobody was grabbing him.
Oh, that's funny. But shout out Vince Russo, you're still hilarious.
Yeah. You'll always hold a place in our hearts.
This fake outrage is a joke because you know what this reminds me of?
What?
Do you remember back in 2019 when Triple H and Vince, Stephanie, and Shane came out and apologized to the crowd and said, we're going to be better. Yeah. And then nothing changed.
Pretty much.
This is what this is. It's fake outrage. You got the two biggest company men, Cody and CM Punk. Literally, CM Punk is the biggest hypocrite and fraud in history.
Oh, yeah.
This guy,
we've known that for years.
This guy came back, bent the knee to Triple H, and is now saying to pretty much all the fans to shut up and watch. And he has the audacity to come out last Monday and say he did a shoot promo saying that TKO's ticket sales are too high. And then you got Cody Rhodes saying about the ticket sales. How can you not see how fake that is? I know I hate to use the word fake with wrestling.
I know, but
it's just, it makes it look so fake.
Yeah, fake. It's just a mess. Like, even... Yeah, when WWE was in like terrible shape, we had AEW to look forward to at least, and now they kind of suck too. But...
Well, that's another thing I meant to bring up is like, talk about competition. Once upon a time, ladies and gentlemen, there was a great video game by the name of Overwatch. I love this game, and everyone loved this game. It came out in 2016. One of the best games ever made. It's a hero shooter.
It's an awesome game.
Awesome game. Around 2019, 2020. they went down the road of microtransactions and bullshit, and a lot of people stopped playing, including myself and my friends. And then last year, a game by the name of Marvel Rivals came in and blew up the market. Same game as Overwatch, pretty much, but it was third-person Marvel IP. And all of a sudden, Overwatch is like, man, we got to get our shit together. And Overwatch is back, and we've been playing the shit out of it lately because they finally fixed all the problems. It's crazy what happens when competition,
what it'll do.
And that's why I get annoyed at AEW, because it has great moments and it does its thing. And I'm not even an AEW fan. I mean, I love MJF. Shout out MJF because he went to the high school next to us pretty much. But they do a lot of stupid shit, and Tony Khan caters too much to the hardcore of the hardcore instead of trying to grow a casual audience.
Yeah.
And that's what hinders it.
Definitely.
They had such a great opportunity here because of what you could tell WWE was in trouble during the WrestleMania 39-40 era, why they had to try so hard and why it was good.
Definitely.
Why they
because
call it
they were
the
like,
Renaissance.
That was
because AEW was doing a lot of great things. They had a lot of great talent, and WWE came in and pretty much kicked them down. And now it's at a point where
they have too much talent. Because like you're saying, they're catering to the hardcore, where it's like, we signed this guy who's been on the indie circuits for X amount of years, and we're finally giving him a shot. You see, he could do this in the ring, and it's like, do you know how big your roster is and how much talent you have? Like, at the very least, have they done a brand split? Because they really need to do a brand split if they haven't.
The problem is they haven't been around long enough. They have a lot of issues. It feels like while WWE does the 3 steps forward, 10 steps back, it feels like AEW is doing like the 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. It's just like a little bit less because they're a lesser company. And then my biggest issue is like, I'm not Mr. AEW, I'm ride or die. But to see the WWE fans online begging and pleading for it to go out of business and this and that, it's
not even a real threat to you guys. Like,
it's not even that. It's
as long
competition
as not,
is good.
Yes. And
do you really want WWE from like 2010 to 2019 again?
No, of course not. It's just the fact of like, if they're not ever going to move to Monday nights in the same slot, they're not going to be as much of an issue for you as they make it out to be. But
either
way,
one thing I will say about AEW is their one positive: they always deliver on pay-per-views.
Yes, they do. They have awesome pay-per-views.
They do have awesome pay-per-views from beginning to end. I have enjoyed. I've watched, I think, 3 in the last year.
You know why? Because they focus on wrestling.
Yeah, and I mean, the big matches have stories.
Exactly, that too.
But yeah, even when they had Punk, it was a whole big...
They had the dog collar match, and that was awesome.
And that was when WWE had to get their shit together because a lot of people were gravitating to AEW.
Definitely.
It's crazy what happens when you have competition. But I'm trying to catch up, but it's just unwatchable, these shows.
It's painful.
Raw is the worst show on television. Like, I'm sorry to say, why do we have to do this? I can't take it. I complain about this every week. Why are they coming in with their luggage and coffee like they're showing up to their day job? I mean, it is their day job, but you know what I mean? It's a wrestling show.
Exactly.
They're not going to the office to type up a TPS report.
Again,
shout out if you know that reference.
They need to like make it look so official. And
they're trying to make it like it's the NFL. Oh, Brady just arrived to the stadium, guys.
That's what I'm saying, is like they're trying to put it in the league of, like the tier of the other sports leagues. And it's like, you're not. You're different. Okay? I just own what you are instead of being like, oh, what outfit is so-and-so going to have on today? Like he's freaking Russell Westbrook in the 2010s.
Dude, it's so bad. And then I just love it. There's just no pyro. The show starts.
No pyro is really bad.
It just starts.
It's really bad.
I'd be in the crowd. We haven't been to a show. I haven't been to a show since, I think, like 2017.
Yeah.
I went to a Raw in 2017.
No, you went to that AEW show at UBS, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that was 2021.
Yeah. Still, that's 5 years ago.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm talking WWE though. I just can't. People, last year's Mania was a joke. There was nothing The only decent storyline they had was Cody and Cena, and it was the worst build in history.
And just most poorly executed finish and what that match could have been.
And the audacity of people defending it. Oh, John Cena ruined wrestling, like he said. That's what they want you to say. They have nothing. They knew. And this is the problem with the fans. You got these fans that say, oh, Triple H got screwed over by The Rock. The Triple H got screwed over by The Rock. The Rock told him months in advance he wasn't going to be there. And they couldn't find a single pivot. Your pivot was Travis Scott was going to come out and cost Cody the title. Are you serious right now? Travis Scott!
Scott made no sense.
It's the celebrities, bro, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to see Jelly Roll. I don't care about Jelly Roll. We already had to deal with his music for the World Cup now. Do I have to see him in wrestling?
Yep, you do.
Why is Jelly Roll talking to Randy Orton, telling him, I know you, Randy. I know you, Randy. I know you, Randy. You're not like this, Randy. What do you know about Randy?
I didn't know about that part. Randy, we go way back.
There's like a whole segment where after he attacked Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona, whatever his name is, Matt Carbone, he was like, Randy, why are you acting like this? I know you. And then he attacks him at the end of the show. Like, it's Jelly Roll.
I know you, Randy. We've been friends forever.
Yeah.
We did time together.
I knew you back in Evolution, man.
Yeah. Weren't you that guy in this? I don't know.
And the thing is, too, is that the presentation is so dog shit. And this is the one thing. People, I'm sorry. You can disagree with me with everything. If you're a diehard fan, there's one thing, even the biggest WWE writer, I'm not gonna be profanity.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest WWE fan can agree with me. Why is everyone's theme song garbage?
It's so bad. It's all this 8-bit nonsense.
It's AI crap.
Yeah.
It's talk about the Royal Rumble. Half, more like 70% of the people when the music started, you didn't know who was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
It's garbage. And when you go back to the 2000s, you had mid-carders with theme songs you can hear 1 second in and you know who it is. And you wonder why the crowd is dead silent during the Rumbles because they don't know who's coming out.
Exactly. It's like, what Sega Genesis, opening are we having this time?
Did you hear Finn Balor's theme before he went back to his original one?
No.
It's the worst thing in history. It was just like some Madden background rap music. That's literally what it was.
Of course it was. That's terrible.
It's so funny how the only people that have good theme songs are the ones that have that debuted pre-2015. Literally.
Yeah. Like
Roman and Cody and then Cena and Randy.
Pretty much. I mean, because those were so iconic, they couldn't get rid of them. But
all the theme songs suck. That's the biggest thing that ruins a lot of the wrestlers today.
Well, yeah, because it's like you're saying, it's a lot of people don't know who's coming out, and B, when the glass would break for Stone Cold, then you would get the entire crowd to pop, or like if it was like, if you smell, something like that, or even, to go back not too far ago, within the last 10, 15 years, Daniel Bryan's music when it would hit at times, and even that wasn't lyrics and everything, but it was recognizable.
It's recognizable, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, in a vacuum, if you look at HBK's song, it's a terrible song, but
absolutely,
it works.
But it works for him.
It works for him because it's a great wrestling song.
Yeah, they need that opening note that the fans will.
They need Jim Johnson back.
Yeah,
and that's another thing. Triple H is prioritizing putting him and Stephanie in the Hall of Fame, but yet Jim Johnson's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's absurd. Absurdity. I mean,
and for those of you who don't know who Jim Johnson is, he's pretty much the musician for all the theme songs from 1980 to 2018.
Wow, was it that long?
I don't know how long he was, but I know he was 100% there in the early 90s.
I knew that he was there during Attitude Era, but either way, that guy should be in the Hall of Fame.
If you've seen videos of him, the guy's a freaking genius. Like when he was, there was a video of him writing the Smackdown theme, and I won't be denied. But it's him on the bass, and he's like, oh, I like that, and he's working. And then when he wrote Batista's theme with Saliva, he composed the whole thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then that is an all-time song.
Yeah.
Batista's theme song.
That'll hop you up if you're
Yeah,
getting up in the morning.
That's another
or
thing.
working
Talk about
out.
songs that get you hyped.
Yeah.
And I know they're gonna hate on me. Seth Rollins' song sucks. It's fake noise. It's fake
just,
noise because it's forcing the crowd to turn into zombies and go, oh. It's so fake. I hate using that word, but it is fake.
Nick doesn't do fake, George.
But tune in next week, ladies and gentlemen, for me and Timmy watching WrestleMania
We
42, Night 2. We're going to miss Jelly Roll.
I don't care.
I hope we get to see I Show Speed. I got to see this.
If we don't get to see I Show Speed, I will be very upset and probably drinking more than I expect to right now.
See, that's the thing. That I don't mind in the mid-card and stuff like that. But I don't want McAfee and Jelly Roll in my main events.
No, me either. That's meant for the wrestlers.
Why are they involved in the world? And that's another thing that really annoys me is that they make their wrestlers look bad at expense of these celebrities.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It's like at least circle back to 97 when they had Tyson come in. It'd be like, yeah, well, Tyson could beat up anybody in the history of the world. Yeah. So this makes sense that he punched out HBK.
Even when they had like Mr. T when it was with Hogan, Hogan was the main focal point of the story because of him and Mr. What the hell was his name? Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful. And he got the win. It's not like Mr. T got the pin over him. Like we're having Jelly Roll pin people and I Show Speed is attacking. Did you see what they did on the side? LA Knight showed up to I Show Speed's house and threw him into the camera. See, like stuff like that is funny. They're building their feud better than they are on TV. It's hilarious.
That's good. We like LA Knight. He's a bright spot.
Yeah, for some reason Triple H doesn't, and that's another story for another day.
Yeah,
but you said you got 5 minutes left. You want to quickly rant about the Knicks before we go?
Yeah. So. You can say all you want. They're on a 5-game, 6-game win streak, whatever it is now. They play anybody but Philly or Toronto in the first round, they lose.
They can't beat good teams.
They can't beat good teams. It's really bad. And you just can see it so openly. Like, even when they played the Hawks the other night, they were lucky to win that game, which is why I say if we play Atlanta in the first round, we're probably going to lose. At least we won't have to look at the freaking hairy lollipop anymore. But Trae Young. But it's just so going in. I mean, and I'm also unhappy about my Islanders, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. This week and next week's going to be big WWE because we're just previewing Mania,
WrestleMania.
And then I'm shutting that door. I can't do this anymore.
Then we talk about the Raw after Mania, and then we don't talk about it again until SummerSlam.
Maybe. I can't even because at least SummerSlam used to be interesting, and now I just don't care anymore.
But to go back to the Knicks, there's no way they beat Boston. I wasn't scared of Cleveland for a while, and I still think that out of the upper echelon teams in the East, Cleveland would be the one they have the best chance against. But Detroit, Boston, I mean, even... like I said, I just think Philly and Toronto are the two teams that I think they would actually beat in the first round. The most I see is them getting out of the first round this year. And in the offseason, you move Karl Anthony Towns. Don't know how you could get Giannis, but just get Towns off the team. That is going to be the number one priority. And I think that'll be their number one priority, too, because everybody freaking hates him.
This month, I'm going to do all wrestling stuff. Mine is going to be the top 5 WrestleManias of all time. You're going to see George's top 5. And just letting you know, my number 1 is not what you expect, but it is an all-time great Mania. So, Timmy, what would you say is your 5 favorite Manias, you think?
5 favorite Manias, are we talking no particular order outside of the one being my favorite? Or I could just rattle it off right here.
Yeah, if you want to rattle it off. So, I'm going to just note now, notable Manias I'm leaving off my list. 39 just missed the cut. 24 just missed the cut. Great Manias, just the ones I have on the list personally I love. And just top to bottom are just great shows. And I also took into factor the theme song for the show.
Didn't think about that. But in terms of my 5 favorite WrestleManias ever, we are going to go 5 with WrestleMania 30. the triple threat match. Daniel Bryan beats Triple H to then get into the World Heavyweight WWE Championship. It was combined at the time. Match.
I didn't put that in because I thought that show was amazing, great show. But outside of the Taker and the Daniel Bryan stuff, I didn't like any of the other stuff.
You didn't like Cesaro winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle
Led to
Royal?
nothing.
Unfortunately, yeah. When everybody
Cena
thought
had no
that
business.
was
Cena had no
but-
business winning his match against Bray. Like,
yeah, that too. That was
But
stupid.
I understand I remember we watched that. That
Yeah.
was a great Mania, but that one just missed my list. All right, what's your number 4?
I have, and there may be some nostalgic connection with it, but I find it a very underrated WrestleMania. WrestleMania 22, main event, Triple H and John Cena. John Cena got hit by the sledgehammer and still kicked out at 2. Now, the fans in Chicago are a bit more hardcore than some other cities, so they weren't the biggest fans of that. So I think when I was a kid, I drowned out all the boos for Cena. But
Fun fact, that was the last Mania to not be in a stadium.
really,
Yeah.
oh,
Because
interesting.
WrestleMania 23, they went to Ford Field, and that's when they started doing the football stadiums and stuff.
That's right. Okay, yeah. But you also have the classic Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon, the hilarious Vince McMahon flipping him off while being carried away on the stretcher. Everything. Just that whole first half of that feud before DX reunited and Michaels throwing, the drug test on them, and it's better to be pissed off than pissed on.
Dude, the funniest thing about that storyline, and we brought it up before, is that it literally, sometimes the simplest things just work. It's just Vince came out ranting about how Bret Hart's a piece of shit and I screwed him. And Shawn comes out and he's like, yo, that was like 10 years ago. Like, get over it. I found God, this and that. And then Vince is like, I'm going to make your life hell.
Yeah.
And that's literally all it is.
Pretty
and
much.
It works so well.
It really did. I mean,
That show was very, very underrated top to bottom. And Ray winning the world title was very nice too.
yes,
And
that
then
also was awesome.
Talk about the most underrated entrance of all time. Kurt Angle coming out with the straps already down
Mhm.
to the tune of 5 resets. Bro was ready.
But my number 3 is WrestleMania 21. We have Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest technical wrestling matches to ever take place in history. One of the greatest performers and one of the greatest technical wrestlers ever.
That undercard is probably the greatest undercard in the history of Mania.
Tell you what really puts it over the edge, though. John Cena winning his first WWE championship. He ended the reign
JBL.
of JBL, who, when we look back on it, really was a great heel champion. He's just such a dick.
My favorite moment of him as heel champion was when it was like they were setting up the Fatal 4-Way for Armageddon 04, and it's Booker T, Big Show, and Undertaker in the ring or something like. Or no, I think it was Booker T, Eddie, and Undertaker in the ring. He's like, none of you getting the title. Do I have to put it in Spanish? Do I have to put it in gangster? Do I have to put it in monster? And I was dying. I forgot that even happened.
So he was so funny. But to move on from that, I think this should be in a lot of people's top 5 solely for the moment. WrestleMania 3, mainly because Hulk Hogan slammed Andre the Giant, who, if you listened to Hulk Hogan while he was still around, he weighed 700 pounds, which was not true. But it was a great moment, one of the biggest pops in history. And there's just no denying how iconic it is.
And then Steamboat and Savage.
Yes, that too. One of the greatest matches ever. And fun fact about that match, they called it all as they went. It was when back in the time, it was very pre-planned, the entire wrestling match, like,
And
for everybody.
one more thing about the Hogan thing is how great they were at the aura of WWE. Up until like I was like in high school, I always thought that was the first time Andre ever got slammed. But Hogan slammed him before earlier times. But that's just how good
That
of a
was-
promoter they were.
Exactly.
They made it seem like that was the first time Hogan slammed him.
And it was also like some of the best camera work like ever, because as he slammed him, it zoomed out to all of the crowd. Like,
And the
freaking
commentary
out.
too, Monsoon and Vince.
My number 1, and I think this should be a lot of people's number 1s, is WrestleMania X7, because the end of the Attitude Era. It was just incredible all around. The 6-man tag team ladder match for the titles, Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off to just everything. Every match was fast paced.
Triple H
Taker was a great one. Too bad it happened like 3 more times after that. But
at least they were all good.
They were all good. I'll say that.
They didn't have any stinkers at Mania. They're one of the few that had a trilogy. I couldn't think of the word at Mania, and it worked out.
Don't forget about Undertaker, Boss Man from the Cell.
Oh my God,
that was. It's funny actually. I watched an interview with his daughter, and she said she went to school that Monday, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, your dad," and blah blah blah. And she was like, "No, he's okay, believe me." And she said she was like, because also when he had that feud with Al Snow years ago and he fed him
his dog.
She was like, I had to tell my classmates, no, he didn't actually feed him the dog.
That's another thing. With Roman and Punk, they could have easily done something with, because you know how Punk's dog passed away and he was
Larry.
They could have easily like done something in the storyline.
They're too soft now.
Oh, come on, it's part of the show.
Yes, I agree, but I do think they're just too soft about that now.
God, they're such what. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, and there will be that next time, this is George from Valley Sports Pod giving you 189 Dive. That's a wrap. Episode 35 is in the books. I can't think of a 35. I'm usually so good at these.
Unfortunately, the first 35 that pops in my head is Kevin Durant, but we don't want that to be his.
Yeah, because we're anti-Durant.
Yeah,
anti-Durant.
Anti-Durant.
If we say it out now, his burners are going to be in our comments.
he's gonna chirp at us in there. But
great Mets win yesterday. Mauricio walk-off.
Fun.
Yankees. Ahmed Deep Rosario went twice. Went deep twice. Nice Yankees win.
Mike Tolbert.
Yes.
There you go.
The original Vulture.
Exactly.
Mike Tolbert.
The goal line specialist.
If you know, you know. Mr. 15 touchdowns, 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, not even the 1 yards, but.
Shout out Mike Tolbert. What are you doing nowadays? Come on the show. We'll interview you.
Yeah, for real.
But, Timmy, give it to me one more time.
Let's flip that switch.